A new urban craze has hit London, and it's called mudlarking. Yep, mudlarking. Not mud wrestling, but mudlarking. Today I'm going to meet up with a professional mudlarker, a mudlarking guide, and she's going to show me everything I need to know about this new craze in London. She's told me to bring some knee pads, some rubber boots, and be prepared to get wet. What could go wrong? Let's go. Now, I've just arrived at the location to pick up my mudlarking guide, Marie, and she should be... Yep, there she is.
Taxi for mudlarking.
Oh, Marie!
Hi!
Jump in!
Great.
Mudlarking, where are we heading to do this?
So we're going to head to the centre of London, the Pool of London. We're going to the South Bank and to the north as well. We're going both sides.
Okay, let's start this adventure.
Let's get going.
Marie,
Yes,
where have you brought me?
we are on the South Bank of the Thames. We're right near the Oxo Tower, which is behind us there. We're going to go down onto the foreshore down there. And we're going to head from the Oxo Tower. We're going to do the stretch following the Thames path up towards Bankside.
And you'll promise you'll tell me what mudlarking is once we get down on the shore?
Once we get down, all will be revealed.
I don't know if I'm nervous or excited. I think it's a bit of both.
Come on.
Let's do this.
That is a lovely view.
Vista of the
Great.
Thames.
Vista of the Thames.
Marie,
Yes.
we've arrived
Yeah.
on the foreshore of the River Thames.
Here we are.
Finally, the big question, what is mudlarking?
All right, well, essentially it's looking for items on the foreshore of the River Thames, historical items, anything from prehistory, fossils, up until the present day. Anything of historical relevance is the most important thing. Anything interesting. Yeah, that's it. It's a pastime, it's a hobby. We're trying to save pieces of history.
You're a professional mudlarker, I know that. You've got your own YouTube channel.
I have.
And it's called?
It's called Old Father Thames.
It's an incredible
Old
channel.
Father
Take a look at it. Some of the finds that Marie's uncovered are amazing.
Thank you, that's
and
very kind.
I'm hoping today to do exactly what Marie has done. I think I'm going to be pretty good at this. I've got an eye for treasure.
You're going to
But
get your
first,
eye in.
I'm going to get my eye in,
Yeah.
but you've got to show me how to actually mudlark and what to do, what utensils I need to use.
I've got everything for you. We'll get kitted up and then we'll get stuck in.
Yes, let's do this. Okay, Marie, what do we need to uncover these hidden treasures?
Okay, we're going to have some knee pads. They're really important.
Knee pads, very important. That says to me we're going to be kneeling down.
We're going to be kneeling down.
Okay.
So I've got us two pairs.
Two.
A pair each.
That's good. I've got two
A
knees.
pair each. You've got two. Me
I can
too.
accommodate two pads.
Thankfully. And then I've got a brand new shiny trowel here.
A new shiny trowel. Look at that.
We've got two trowels. So this is my older trowel. And that's a new one. I bought one just for you.
But Marie,
Yes.
this is the lucky trowel.
The lucky trowel.
This is
I
gonna
think you're going to be christening the lucky trowel.
I'm christening the lucky
So
trowel.
this is what we're going to be searching with.
Yeah.
We're also going to be just using our eyes. We're not going to be like digging loads and disrupting the foreshore loads,
Okay.
but we will use these just to help us out if we spot something that might need a bit of...
And what are the rules and regulations? What can I do and what can't I do?
We've both got standard permits. What that allows us to do is dig or scrape to 7.5 centimetres on the foreshore. It allows us to search, actually. You need a permit for searching, for taking home finds, anything. There are certain areas where we can dig and scrape. Other areas are off limits for digging and scraping.
And we will not be going to the off-limits one.
We won't be digging there.
We won't be digging there.
So we'll be going there. We can go and look with our eyes. We can go and read the foreshore.
Yeah.
Go and look in areas we think might be productive. But we're not going to use any implements.
This is my first time.
Yeah.
What advice would you give a complete beginner like me with my little trowel here? What am I looking for? How do I spot something that's different from the normal foreshore flotsam and jetsam.
Yeah, all right. Well, a good tip is to look for unnatural shapes. So perfectly straight shapes, perfectly circular shapes, a coin shape, for example, a straight line.
Yeah.
Shapes that you don't really find naturally occurring.
Okay.
That might indicate something man-made. I mean, as you can see, everything kind of looks the same as everything else, so you do need to get your eye in.
I'm sitting here and I'm just kind of seeing from a distance pebbles, nothing but pebbles.
But there are loads of little tips that we can talk about.
Great, and you'll be giving me those tips during the day.
As we go on, I'll give you
and
some
you promise
tips
you will
and
give them
hints.
to me because you don't want me to beat you when it comes to the big treasure finds
Wow,
today.
I won't put you off. I won't give you any red herrings, or will I?
All
Or
right.
will I?
Stay tuned. There we are, folks.
There we go. There we go.
Ready
Yes.
to go.
Yeah, but you know what? Don't forget your trowel.
My lucky trowel.
I've lost so many trowels. You need
This is
to.
where it begins.
Yeah.
My life is going to change after today.
Let's get stuck in. All right, so the tide's only just going out. We've got hours down here. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for you, but
It's a great thing. It's a great
we've
thing.
got hours. So all of this will be uncovered. We're going to make our way right down there under the bridges. We're going to go under 2 bridges that way. At the moment, okay, so this kind of like shingly area, this big stone, this isn't ideal for us. So we're going to keep our eyes open, walk along, don't have high hopes for just here, but further down towards that corner, then we'll start getting a real look in.
So Marie, can you just show me how to use the
trowel.
trowel and how
Yeah, okay.
without doing it in the proper way without breaking mudlarking protocol?
What you do, you want to get down on your knees, and in an area that you want to search, the best thing to do is draw a line like that, and then you're going to start scraping back very gently. This isn't exactly the right terrain actually, because normally where we'd look there'd be lots of metal items, there'd be lots of bits and bobs, but this is how you're going to search with the trowel. You're going to pick your spot and then methodically go through here, and you're trying to flick out anything of interest.
How did mudlarking come about? I did do a bit of research, folks, on mudlarking, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sad story really. I mean, in this day and age, as I said, it's a hobby for us. We are trying to preserve history, but mudlarks first came about end of the 18th century, going into the 19th century. They were people who scavenged for a living. They literally went down to the foreshore to find bits of old rope, copper, coal, anything that they could salvage, and then sell on. So it was a living for them, and they were,
They were the poorest.
they were the poorest.
London.
Yeah, they couldn't do any other work. They were often very young children, very elderly men. Yes.
Mudlarking, these mudlarks, it came out from a necessity to survive.
Yeah, precisely that.
Marie's just seen something, and
Yeah.
she's asked me whether I can identify this.
Yeah.
And
I want to know if
I've
you.
got to take a look
I want
first.
to know if you've seen it. I'm
Okay.
not going to pick it up.
Oh, I love it. It's
This is
a test. It's a test.
It's in this zone.
Hey, what's this? What's this? Is it?
That is precisely it. There you go. That's your first find. So, do you want me to?
You found it.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
It's a fragment. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's a fragment of a clay pipe. So it's obviously really worn,
Yeah.
river worn. But this is an 18th century fragment, a fragment of an 18th century clay pipe. So the stem would have gone along there. Probably would have been quite long.
Yep.
And it's so worn, so you can't really see, but it might have had initials either side there, saying the maker on the heel of the pipe. We'll find others. This is nice. I don't know if you're into pottery, but I'm going to take this. It's this is a piece of English Delftware. It's tin glazed pottery. Basically, it was our answer to porcelain when we didn't know how to make porcelain in this country. And so this is enamel paste glaze over this earthenware base. And yeah, this It's like Delft where you see in Holland now, or like Majolica, Majolica, it's called lots of different things. It came here at the end of the 1500s, like 1590, and we produced it until like the 1840s. What's on this? Little piece of leather. Well, that's a nice piece of leather there with the eyelets in still. I'm going to keep that. So, looks like asbestos. It's not asbestos. It's a fossil. It's a piece of fossilized tree bark or tree root, I think.
Wow.
I'm not a fossil expert, but I'm
Yeah.
just really getting into fossils. I've got my friend Nick, who's known as Rock God. He's a mudlark. He can tell me about fossils. He knows all about them.
I've got my trowel out here, and I think I found something. Marie, I've got something. I think I've got something.
Yeah?
Anyway,
All right.
So just here.
You tell me what you think it is.
Well, I think I've been finding all these stems of the pipes.
Yeah.
Now I think this is the other end of it.
Absolutely. And it's an
Excellent.
early one. It's an early one. Can you see it still?
Let me pick it.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Right, this is good, Mark. This is really good. This could even possibly count as 2 finds. No, it's really good. It's a 16th century pipe bowl. See how tiny it is.
Yeah, it's
compared
tiny.
We'll find some more, but that's because tobacco was less widely available. It was more expensive.
Oh, okay.
This stuff around here, this little details, that's called milling. A lot of these early pipe bowls feature this milling. And yeah, I mean, it's black here probably because of the mud.
Okay.
The anaerobic mud might have stained it. Yeah, that's why it is. But yeah, that is a really lovely little find. You do get them even smaller than that.
Yeah.
So this is probably a mid to late 16th century.
Wow.
But that is a cool find,
It
Mark.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm pretty chuffed.
Yeah, me too. I'm pleased with that.
I am super chuffed with this find. And what was that? Oh yes, what's this piece here that you've
So this is something that I find really exciting, but it's super nerdy. It's actually a part of a vessel that protected other vessels in a kiln when you were firing them. So these little triangular holes had struts going through, and plates to be fired would go on each strut. So this was a circular vessel, like a pot.
Gotcha.
Put it in the kiln with lots of plates on, and you'd fire it. And this protected the inner vessels.
And what was it called again?
This is called a sagar.
A sagar.
Sagar. It's a
sagar.
tin glazed sagar. I've got Mark going round there way before time. Let's see. It's okay, folks. He's safe round the other side. He's all right. So if you compare that pipe bowl to it's broken on that side.
A lot bigger.
18th century again compared to your late 16th century.
Mine was a lot older, wasn't it?
A lot older, like
And a lot more
200
valuable.
years older. Oh yeah, absolutely priceless one. Oh God, I'm getting wet. When we see these spots here with lots of metal, this is also good. This is a piece, believe it or not, a piece of animal rib bone that has been worked. It looks twisted now, but this would have been like a veneer to go on the outside of decorative boxes, jewellery boxes and things, but that's a bit of rib bone. So in this area, I'm likely to find pins, letterpress, you know, from the old letterpress type. Here we go, there's a bit. So that's a piece of letterpress. It's missing, oh no, it's a letter T. I'll print that when I get home.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, so that's a letter T. I've got bags of this. So this is a cast letter that you'd use for typing. There's some more letterpress. What's that one? That one is a 7.
Incredible. So this came out of a letterpress for a newspaper or something?
Yeah, precisely. Yeah. So this, I mean, you can tell by the font, some of it's more modern. When it hasn't got a serif, when it's sans serif, you can see that it's kind of modern 20th century.
Yeah.
If it's an older font, you know, it could be 18th century, 19th.
So it looks like we're not the only ones down here mudlarking today. All other groups of mudlarkers have appeared just over there. As the tide goes further out, the more mudlarkers appear on the foreshores of the River Thames.
Mark has just found this top of a Bellarmine, or what it's actually called, a Bartman bottle neck. There he is. Yes, we've got a bit of a competition going on, and he may have just taken the lead. That's quite a nice little neck, and the rim there's just a couple of nibbles of it come out. Yeah, nice. Like that. Can you see where the handle would have been there? Right, Mark, so what we're going to do is head down this way towards Southwark Bridge. And what you get under bridges, you find a lot of sort of flotsam and jetsam, but lots of bones gathering under there, lots of ceramic fragments. This is a different kind of stoneware. This is really well worn, so I won't take it home, but this like frilly base here, this is Siegberg stoneware. It's German stoneware again, but this helps you identify it and put it to a particular place. So it's 16th, 17th century. Pieces of bone. This one, because of this massive chop mark in there. Is that what killed the animal? Who knows? Or is this a butchery mark? Don't know, but that is coming home with me. I think this is fluvial abrasion rather than being worked, but that is definitely a chop mark. Also, I've got this. Look at that. That has to have been cut out of there, surely. Rib bone, we know that ribs are often worked. So there, we've got those two.
So we're just going to cross over to the north side of the River Thames, over the Millennium Bridge. We'll go up these stairs here. Then we'll be in an area where the probability of finding more Roman finds increases, because most of the Roman dwellings, when London was Londinium, existed on the north side of the River Thames. So let's go and take a look.
Right.
Where are we now, Marie?
We are on the other side.
On the other side.
We're on the north bank
Yeah.
of the Thames over here. This place here is Hanseatic Walk down there, and it's heading towards Queen Hive, which we will not be going on because it's
Okay.
off limits.
My antenna is spiked now because I'm wanting to find something Roman.
You're ready for Roman.
Coins, Roman treasure.
Roman ready.
A
Oh,
Roman.
look at this.
Oh,
Look what someone's left us.
Oh.
This is a bit of a mind bender because to me it looks like an ashtray full of cigarette butts, which essentially is what it is. Cigarette butts of yesteryear. Obviously they're pipe stems. They wouldn't have all been put out in a ashtray like this. But isn't that strange?
someone's just collected them and left them there.
Collected them and left them there. But I looked down, saw them, and I thought, oh, ashtray. This, typically, you'd pick it up and you'd say, oh, 18th century. Chinese export, you might get wet now. You might, you think 18th century Chinese export. However, where it looks like it should be hand painted, these dots here look like they've been printed.
Oh,
I don't know.
so we could be looking at a fake here.
Well, not a fake, but maybe like a transfer printed bit of paste rather than a hand-painted piece of porcelain. I don't know though. Maybe it's just that it looks quite. Those double dots look quite uniform.
Yeah. If you come to the north side, this square section is called Queen Hive. You do not, under any circumstances, go looking for anything at all. You walk straight on to the other side, the other north bank of the River Thames, and pay it no attention at all because you're not allowed to. There's a lot of laws covering the protection of this site. So my advice, keep moving. Hey, you made it!
I made it!
I'm coming.
Here's another favourite bit of mine on the foreshore. I love going through this here. Oh, and I can smell that barge from the other side that carries our rubbish out of London, which blows my mind to this day. There you go, there's the tape.
Wow, how cool is this?
Back in the Brit. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you smell that really pleasant stench?
I can, it's not me. I don't think it's me. I had my annual shower this morning.
I had my yearly bath, yeah.
Oh,
Annual, yearly, we but once a year, perfect. No, it's the rubbish barge, it's there.
Oh.
It's loaded up, and this blows my mind. Rubbish from London still gets shipped out on a barge to the estuary to be dealt with, to be sent away.
To be sent away to another country?
Yeah.
Marie, why don't we have a quick look at what we've actually discovered today?
Yeah.
And you told me you bought some pieces earlier.
I have. I've got some things I found earlier.
Yeah.
Put those over there. I've got all my iPhones here.
Marie, can you just show us some of the stuff that you found on previous visits to the River Thames?
We've got some coins. Okay, these are silver. They're called hammered coins because to create them, they were hammered. They were put in a die. Blank discs were put in a die and they were hammered on top, and these impressions were made. This here is a groat, which is worth 4 pennies.
I've heard of a groat before. They actually existed. I thought they were used in Monty Python films.
This is a groat. The other side is really worn. You can't see what was on there. That's silver. This is a penny. And there we go. I think this is an Edwards. There's the king on the back. It might be a Henry. There's a king on the back there. It's an Edward or a Henry. And this here, this tiny one, is a farthing.
Wow, that's minuscule.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was lost.
You can see the king on there. And this is an Edward. I think it's an Edward. That might be an Edward III penny. This one, maybe an Edward. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is a farthing. And these crosses, what they did, up until Edward I, these pennies would be cut. So if you wanted half a penny, you'd cut the half. If you wanted a quarter, you'd cut the quarter, and that's how you would get the different denomination.
What's amazing is that this new craze of mudlarking, craze is the wrong word, is becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, it is.
But if you want to do it in the right way, my advice would be follow someone like Marie on her channel, because she will not let you down when it comes to the do's and don'ts of mudlarking.
That's ever so kind. Thank you very much. Well, yeah, there's lots of things to consider, and just be mindful
it's
about
not just guys. It's not just a one-off thing that you can just come and go and do willy-nilly.
There's a lot of disappointment.
There's a lot of disappointment. But you've been mudlarking now for 6 years, haven't you?
6 years. It would be 7 years later this year. So yeah, it's but still, I'm considered a newbie. Most people that took me under their wing have been doing it for like 40 years. So it's.
Well, all I can say now is thanks so much
for
today. It's been a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
It's been a real thrill. My little pipe has made my day. Thanks for watching. Leave any comments down below. You know where to get hold of Marie. If you really enjoyed the episode, why not subscribe? And until next time, from me and Marie, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. See you next time.
See you next time.
Well,
guys.
I won't.
Oh yes, you won't.
Okay, bye.
But you know where to find Marie.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.